Hello, math students. This is Mrs. Williams. I hope you're doing well today. Okay, today what we're going to do is, again, we are going to basically take fractions, and we're going to do some multiplication with the fractions, and then we're going to need to find some common denominators with the fractions. Okay, and so what we're going to do first is definitely read the word problem. Brianna is making 3 teddy bears for her little sister. She needs 3/4 yards of pink fabric and 2/3 yards of yellow fabric to make each bear. How much fabric does she need in all? Okay, so again, if we kind of map this out, the first thing is we're going to multiply the fractions. So I'm going to say multiply fractions. And then we're going to add the fractions. Okay, so hopefully that will help you out a little bit. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is our KWL chart. What do we know? What do we want to know? And what do we want to learn? Okay. Let's just go ahead and do what do we want to know. That's really easy. And what we can do is we can probably go down here and just go ahead and write our sentence. And we can say Brianna wants, needs blank fabric in all. Okay, so if we go ahead and just write what do we want to know, and the only thing we need to do is fill in that blank, that I think that might help you, remember, oh yeah, I need to write a sentence. Well, if we do it right now, hey, we already done or what we want to know. So basically, or what do we need to know? And this is what we need to know. Okay, so what do we do know about this problem? Okay, we're trying to make what? 3 teddy bears, and I'm just going to put a TB for teddy bears. And there's 3/4 of pink fabric, so I'm just going to abbreviate because that's just goes along easier. And that's a good test-taking strategy. And then the other fabric is 2/3, and that's yellow fabric. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and multiply 3 times 3/4 and 3 times 2/3. So this is what we're going to do right over here. So again, to convert a whole number to a fraction, what are you going to do? You're going to put 3 in the numerator, which is on top, and 1 in the denominator. And in algebra, what do? You use a dot. Why? Because people who do algebra are lazy. They just don't like putting an X there. Okay. When you multiply a fraction, you just multiply the numerator. 3 times 3 is 9. And then 1 times 4 is what? 4. Okay. Next is, how many teddy bears are we trying to make? We're trying to make 3. Again, we're going to multiply by what? 2/3. So 3 times 2 is 6. And 1 times 3 is 3. Okay. Now, this is the key thing. Now we need to add 9/4 and 6/3. We need to add them. Okay. The tendency is to add the top and then add the bottom. That is not right. What you need to do is you have to have a common denominator. Okay. So the easy cheesy way is you just multiply 4 times 3. Okay. 4 times 3 is what? 12. Okay, so I'm going to put 12 over here. All right, so I need to multiply 3 by what? If you said 4, that's right. So what 6 times 4 is what? 24. And then how many 4s go into 12? If you said 3, you're right. So whatever you do in the denominator, you have to do in the numerator. 9 times 3 is 27. Now we can add these numbers together. Okay? All right, so 7 plus 4 is 1. And then 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 2 is 5. And you bring down the 12, okay? All right, you can put 51 over 12. That might be an answer, like on the Smarter Balance or on the MAPS test. That might be, or it might not be. They might give you what they call a mixed number. So what are you going to do? You're going to divide 12 into 51. Okay? So 12 can go into 51 what? 4 times? 4 times 12 is 48. Okay, I cannot subtract 8 from 1, as you know. So 11 minus 8 is what? 3. So that's 3 over 12. Can you reduce this fraction? Absolutely. 3 can go into 12, what? 4 times. So your final answer is actually 4 1/3. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and go on to question number 3. Okay, again, I'm just making sure that you can see this okay. Let me just focus it and everything. Okay, very good. Okay, let's go back over this again. Mr. Hall is making 2 of his 3 cheese pizzas for his family. He uses 3/4 of a pound of cheddar, 1/2 pound of mozzarella, and 2/3 of a pound of, I think it's called a Asiago. Oh, hopefully I got that right. For each pizza. How much does he use in all? Okay, our game plan. Remember, how many is he trying to make? He's trying to make 2. So the first thing we're going to do is multiply the fractions. And the second thing we're going to do is we're going to add the fractions. Okay. And you're doing pretty good about answering in a sentence, but let's go ahead and write that sentence and put a blank where we're going to put our answer, all right? So we're going to say, Mr. Hall uses blank cheese, I think would be blank pounds of cheese for his pizza, or pizzas, because we're talking about more than one. Okay, here we go. What are we going to first do? We're going to multiply our fractions. And how many? By 2. Okay. So again, to convert a whole number, you just put it over 1. Okay, times 3/4. So 2 times 3 is 6, and 1 times 4 is 4. Okay. All right, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do the 1/2 pound. So we're going to put this, so 2 times 1 is 2, 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, lastly, we have the 2/3 pound. So 2 times 2 is 4, and then 1 times 3 is 3. Okay, so again, we've multiplied our fractions. Now we need to add them. Okay, hopefully this, again, don't do this mistake. Don't just add the numerator, just the top of the fractions, and then you're going to add the denominator of all the fractions, and then you're done. Okay, you cannot do that. When you're adding, you cannot do that. It has to be a common denominator. Okay, so the question is, what number can go into 4, 2, and 3? Okay, easy cheesy way. What's 4 times 3 is 12. Can 2 go into 12? Yeah. Okay. So we can do 12. So how many 4s can go into 12? 3. So what you do in the denominator, you have to do in the numerator. So 6 times 3 is 18. All right, 2 can go into 12 how many times? Oh yeah, I need to multiply by 6. Okay. How many 3's go into 12? If you said 4, you are correct. Okay, now we can add the numerators. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 6 is 16. Carry the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. This might be an answer on a test, but it also might not be. It might just say that it might be a mixed number. So if you can see mixed numbers, you know I need to divide this. Okay. How many 12s go into 46? That's going to be 3 times. 3 times 12 is 36. Okay. All right. All right. You probably won't see this answer on the test. Why? Because you can reduce this fraction. If you divide it by 2, you would get 5/6. So what's our answer? Mr. Hall uses 3 5/6. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye.